Welcome to Conversations with Segun. My guest is here with me already. Bishop Eruohi is live in the
Hey,
studio.
it's
I'm
awesome. I'm so
excited to
excited to
have you,
be here.
Bishop.
Excited, so
Yes,
excited to be
yes,
here.
yes. Fantastic. Welcome. Let me welcome everyone who's watching. I see some people already watching right now. I want to know those that are watching. I want to know where you're watching from. So for those of us already watching right now, let me see your comments in the comment section. Tell me where it is you're watching from live and clear. Put it in the comment section there. I want to bring your comment live on the screen. Tonight we're talking strategic innovations even as we goal set for the new year. It's the last, this is last Tuesday, yes, it's the last Tuesday of the new year 2021. And by the way, this has been the fastest January ever. Fastest January ever. Somebody said 4 years ago, by this time we will still be at the 5th of January. But today is already 26th. So it's on record as the fastest January ever. We didn't know how it went. Suddenly, it's already ending, and we are happy that it's already ending right now. All right, so I see a lot of persons already watching right now. Welcome to the program. And Louisa Event, Stella live from Warri. Welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight. Rechin Zakar says, good evening, welcome. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Victor says, I'm live from Warri. Welcome, Victor. Like we always do on the program, for everyone watching, now is the time to share this stream to your contacts. So share it around wherever you are watching from Facebook, from YouTube. Please do share it to your contacts so that everyone on your contact list can watch and we can also have them online. How has the January been for everyone watching? We've been here since the beginning of the year. We had John Obidi, we had the Black Mentor. Last week also we had Dr. Tale. Dr. Tale joined us last week talking about the new wave of digital currency and the whole crypto gamut. And we learned a lot here last week from what he shared. Today, I have my friend and brother. This guy and I have come a long way. The guy has been an inspiration to me. Um, for many who see his name, they see the Bishop Eruohi, and besides the way you write your name now, says they will think say Bishop na your title. No. This is the only guy who is a bishop, but not an ordained bishop. So I'm sure his network is acting up, but he's
Okay,
still
I think
here.
I'm
I
back and I
said,
can hear you.
yeah, I said you are the only guy who is a bishop, but not an ordained bishop. So I have Bishop Eruohi here. Bishop, by the way, is his first name. This guy has been someone who, at the time, I always remember when Crown FM started. When Crown FM started, when we were still hustling on the street, Bishop already had a program on Crown FM radio. Already had started innovation. He already was moving with the likes of the Fela Dutte, Steve Harris. He was already working with those guys. And then he was the gemstone coordinator for Edo State. He worked with us in Delta there at that time. He did a whole lot. He moved. Then he moved from public speaking and personal development. He moved to music, did a few stuff around the music thing there. Moved also to auto dealership. Before now, the Lord has finally called him. He has moved finally to ministry. But by the way, even though he's in ministry, he does a whole lot of in the personal development space. I'm proud to call him my friend. I'm proud to call him my brother. And I'm proud to bring him right before you today, my audience, to hear him speak. This guy, I can tell you, he is grounded. He's grounded. He's grounded. This guy is grounded. He knows his onions. He can do what he does and does it to the best of his ability. Don't mind the network. The network is already acting on his end, but I can tell you that what he's going to tell us today. Welcome, Bishop Eruohi, to the program
Thank
today.
you.
How
Thank
are
you.
you strategically?
I'm strategically doing well. Strategically okay.
Like I would call you the Episcopal Bishop.
Yes. I'm going to be having some
Bishop.
Episcopal time out tonight.
Fantastic. So we're talking about goal setting today. I shared a little of your background of how you've been able to move from the personal development space to music to auto dealership now to ministry and still managing in the personal development space. How has that been for you? Share a little with us about your background and how you have gotten to where you are today.
Well, I think basically personal development has been key for me, and I understood something much, very early, and that's the fact that God is God to everyone. He is God, but has different expressions. And so to some, he is Jehovah Jireh, to some is Jehovah Nissi, is Jehovah Rapha, but all of these things are just different expressions. The individual, the whole entire entity is God himself. So I understood that much earlier, and I understand that if I can actually split my abilities into roles where I can just step into this role, play this role, and step out, step into the next role. So it has been a journey of evolution for me, where moving from one stage to another, of one achievement to another, just moving like that. But personal development has been key, and it has been the foundation of everything that I've become today. And of course, being consistent has also helped me, and keeping my eyes straight on the goal and not allowing anything to break my focus has been some of my secrets and underlying factors for my success today.
Fantastic. Tell us about the year for you. As how has it been? Like I said earlier, it's been the fastest January. How has yours been? What did you do to make it this convenient for you?
Well, first of all, one thing people need to understand is that time don't fly. It is men that crawl. So 24 hours will always be 24 hours, irrespective of what you do, whether you are fast or you are slow. 24 hours we move in its orbit, and when it's 24 hours, a day is completed. So whether you achieve your goals or not, 24 hours is 24 hours. So it's just the responsibility of men to keep up with the pace of time. So for me, it has always been strategic right from the very beginning. So for most people, they plan the year when it's January, but I start planning for the next year as in the month of August, the previous year. I start planning, and then by September, I start reviewing the year already. So I don't wait till December before reviewing. So I start planning what's going to happen in January, what's going to happen the first week, what's going to happen the second week, what's going to happen the third week, what's going to happen the last week. And then, of course, I plan quarterly as well. So I move from the first day of January to the first week to the second week, and then to the first month, and then to the first quarter of the year in view. So for me, it has been carrying out all the plans one after the other, because one thing people must understand is that when you say you are setting a goal, I can tell what you are becoming, because one thing people fail to realize is that whatever it is you are doing now is what you are becoming. There is no such thing as this is what I hope to become, this is what I hope to achieve by the end of the year or by the end of January. No, I can tell what you are going to achieve by looking at what you have decided to allocate scarce resources of time, energy, money, and attention. So if I look at where you have allocated these 4 scarce resources, I can tell what you are becoming, not what you are going to become. There is no such thing as what you are going to become or what you are going to achieve. If what you are doing now is not helping you get closer to what you want to achieve, you are far from it. You are already achieving what you are doing now, or you are becoming what you are doing now. So for me, it's been always setting my eyes on the goal and ensure that my everyday activities leads me to the actualization of the overall big picture.
Fantastic. So it means that everyone has to have that big picture in place to be able to plan strategically. I love one thing you said about time, something about time and crawling.
Yeah,
time keeps moving, and it's men that crawl.
Yeah. Time does not fly. It is
time
men that crawl.
Yeah, it doesn't fly. It is men that crawl.
Yes.
I wanted to bring that again. Time doesn't fly.
Time doesn't fly.
We have a way of saying that time doesn't fly.
Yes. Oh, how time flies.
Time is leaving us. Yeah.
Yeah. Time doesn't fly. It is men that crawl. In other words, 24 hours will still be 24 hours. There is a pace at which the day goes. And irrespective of your achievement, whether you achieve your goals or not, the time will still move at that stipulated pace. It's more like saying history repeats itself. But in real sense, history does not repeat itself. It is men that repeat their actions. So when I repeat my action, I will get the same result I got before. And then the ordinary man will say, oh, history has repeated itself. The history does not repeat itself. We only repeat our actions. So when you understand that time does not fly, and it is we men, humans, that crawl, then it is now your responsibility to keep up with the pace of time, to have that sense, to have that sense of urgency towards that which must be done without putting it out till a later time.
Fantastic, fantastic. So I go over to the crux of the matter, the thick of what we're discussing today. You know, we're talking about goal setting, even though it's the last Tuesday of the month is almost ending. A whole lot of people, I can tell you, do not already have their goals for the year set out. You talked about how you set your goals from all the way from August and start planning. August the previous year, start planning for this year. Some people up till now do not have a plan. Like we say in whatever we're growing up, Bishop, anywhere belly face and the road to something. Many more people are operating in that. Many more people are operating in that timetable of anywhere belly face and the road. So they don't already have a goal plan for themselves. I have a plan, Bishop, to read 52 books.
52 books.
I just wanted to get this year. They say an average CEO reads 52 books. And I realized on thinking about it that 52 books means 52 weeks in a year. So to mean that they read one book every week. So I started the 52 books challenge. When the Black Mentor came here, he talked about it too. Started the 52 books challenge. So I started reading one book every week. This is like the 4th week of January. I've already finished my 4th book. I'm reading the 5th book. But you know the exciting thing about it? I am challenging myself and challenging everyone in my contact. So when I finish the 4th book, I say 4th book done, 52 books challenge. In fact, if you go on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, I put the hashtag there.
I've been saying that,
Yes, 52 books challenge. Why I'm sharing this is, once I started putting my book challenge out, someone gifted me this book today. He said, I see that you are doing a book challenge, and I think you need to read this book. I just picked it up today.
Wow,
that's not the end. That's one.
I think I'm interested already.
That's not the end. That's not the end. You should join the challenge. Someone else, the Black Mentor talked about the science of getting rich. He talked about this book when he came on the program. Some of us who are here remember the science of getting rich. Somebody who was online on the program said to me, I'm going to get that book for myself, but I will not just get it for myself. I see that you are also reading. I'm going to get the book for you. These two books combined cost about 8,000 naira, but I got them for free today. And there's one other one coming from Enugu. Somebody said, I see that you are reading. I'm going to send you a book. You should read this book.
Wow.
So what you propose in your heart to do, what you plan to do, what you have as a goal, the universe has a way of conspiring to make it work for you.
Yes, that's true.
The universe has a way of, if I don't have 52 books, Bishop, these two will add up to the 52 already.
Yes.
And these are books I should read. These are books I should read. Go ahead, you were going to say something.
You know, naturally, everything follows the same law of economics, where supply will always rise to meet demand. Whenever there is a demand, there will always be a supply. In the same way, the universe also operates in that same format. Whatever it is you want to achieve in life, the moment you place a demand on the universe to say, this is what I want to do, the universe goes round to start orchestrating events that will ensure that that object of goal becomes a reality for you. So you sometimes you just find yourself flip up a television channel that on a normal day you would not watch, and as the channel comes on, voila, you are face to face with a piece of the puzzle you've been trying to solve to make sure your dreams come true. A piece of information. Sometimes You could just find yourself somewhere that naturally you wouldn't want to go, but you are just there and you meet with someone who will connect you to that missing puzzle that will eventually make your dreams become a reality. And unbeknownst to you, this is the universe actually working behind the scene to ensure
Conspiring for
that
you.
what you want, yes, that what you want to achieve is done. There's what we call the cosmic habit force, which is something that fixes all our aspirations, all our desires into, it crystallizes into the material form by leading us to people, by bringing events, bringing informations, and everything we need. It's not like waking up in the morning and say, okay, I want to buy this piece of bag or this particular brand of bag. The moment you make up your mind to buy that particular bag, the next thing you see, that you start seeing that bag all around you.
Everywhere.
And the question is, did somebody just send a letter to everybody to start carrying that bag? No, it has always been. But it's just that at this particular moment, you've programmed your mind to start seeing it. You started paying attention to that particular thing. So you realize that the moment you start paying attention, you realize that all of these things have been around you all the while. But just that your mind have not been attuned to see that or eventually begin to harness it. So in the same way, that's how the universe works. So you need to be more emphatic about what you want. The problem we have is that most times people are more negatively inclined than they are positively inclined. And even the way they state their goals, they state it in such a way that makes their unconscious mind conspire against them. There is the conscious mind, there is the subconscious mind.
Hold on, Bishop. Hold on, Bishop.
Yes.
So we don't rush through it. What you said now is very deep. How do I position myself that my subconscious mind is working against what I'm expecting?
Okay. Now, like what I was saying, there is the conscious mind, there is the subconscious mind, and there is the unconscious mind. Now, the unconscious mind is where the re-sabotage takes place. Your conscious mind takes live feed from your subconscious mind, while your subconscious mind also takes live feed from your unconscious mind. Now, there are things that happens to you, and you just, or perhaps you hear a conversation. Let's take, for instance, as a child growing up, you hear an adult saying, all these rich men, now how to use people and dump them, neither shall we do. And then while you heard that conversation, you said to yourself, wow, if this is how rich people behave, no rich man will ever use me. It was a silent decision you made. And unbeknownst to you, that decision is stored in your unconscious mind. So as you grow up, you come in contact with wealthy people. Now, instead of being useful to them, instead of being at their service or being available, being helpful to them, every time you want to take that actionable step, something within you pulls you back that, now them be this, they want to use me. They want to use me. Use me. They want to use me now. So rather than being of service and of help to them, being of value to them, you withhold your services, you withhold your value. And so it begins to hold you back. And unbeknownst to you, it is your unconscious mind that is actually sabotaging your effort. Now, back to the question you asked, how do I position myself in such a way that my subconscious mind does not sabotage my effort? Now, take for instance, I don't want to fall asleep while listening to this conversation now. Now, most people, what happens is that rather than state what they want, they state what they don't want. And what they fail to realize is that now that I've stated what I don't want, I still haven't stated what I want. So take for instance, I don't want to fall asleep. Now I can come and say, I don't want to fall asleep. Now, I don't want to fall asleep does not mean that I want to stay awake. It could mean that I want something else. And the way the subconscious mind works, it doesn't work with negatives. So when you say, I don't want to fall asleep, the subconscious mind does not take cognizance of that word, I don't. It removes the I don't, and what the signal that gets to the subconscious mind is, I want to fall asleep. So all the enzymes and all the chemicals that will be needed for your body to fall asleep are pumped into your bloodstream. So you are listening to the conversation, you are trying so hard to stay awake. But the more you try, the more you are falling asleep. That's because of the code you have, or the code or command you have given to your subconscious mind to work with. So rather than say, I don't want to fall asleep, why not go ahead and state what you want? I want to be awake. It's as simple as that. Now, this thing is so powerful that if we take a census now and you ask about 10 persons to tell you what they want in life, before they would tell you 10 things they want in life, they would have succeeded in
They will
telling
tell
you
you
about
50 of what
8
they don't
things.
want.
Yeah, what they don't want. And they fail to realize that despite the fact that you've told me what you don't want, you still haven't told me what you want. So even the way
Yeah.
people express their goals is also another problem, because once your goal is expressed in such a way that there is no deep emotional connection to it, you will not be motivated, you will not be stirred to make it happen. So take for instance, I do music and I want to win a Grammy award. I want to win a Grammy award. So instead of saying I want to win a Grammy award, why not state, state it in such a way that, like, presenting my speech, what would be my acceptance speech on the day that the award will be presented to me? So I can start by saying it is now 31st of December and it's 9 p.m. and we are at the Echo Hotels and Suites here in Lagos, and I'm sitting side by side with Don Jazzy, Segun Manuel, Favor, Treasure Kalu, TJ, and they all came. Treasure came all the way from Uyo, Segun came all the way from Warri, TJ came all the way from Abuja, just to come cheer me up as I received my Grammy
Receive the
award
award.
today. So there is this deep emotional connection I have with it, and adrenaline immediately are released. So even when I want to give up, I just can't find myself giving up, because all of these emotions that I have conjured begins to work behind the scene to ensure that at the end of the day, my object of aim is achieved. So this is what people don't understand. So they keep stating what they want in the negative format, and the more they state that, the more their subconscious mind and their unconscious mind begins to sabotage their effort. And like we say in Warri, my village people have found me. But truly, there is no village people anywhere. What is just sabotaging you is your subconscious mind and your unconscious mind, because sometimes your belief system is also another problem. If you are this type who believes that having money is evil, no matter how hard you try, that belief system will keep scaring money away from you. There are those who are in relationships, they want to get married, but they just can't hold down any relationship, because somewhere in their subconscious mind and their unconscious mind, there is a part of them that is scared of commitment. So no matter how hard they try, that part of them will always work behind the scene to sabotage their efforts.
Whoa, Bishop, you took this goal setting thing to another level. I didn't think of it this way, but personally, I just heard from you something that I think I can work on this year. I've gotten a bite, something I can go and chew. I need to
Okay.
begin to work on what I am loading in my subconscious mind, what I'm loading in
Yes,
my unconscious mind, because what
it is very
happens
key.
mostly, what happens in the unconscious and subconscious mind has a way of affecting the conscious and affecting what comes
Yes,
to you.
the
I
conscious
think it's
takes
those
life
ones
feed. The
it takes
conscious
life feed
takes
from
life
the
feed
unconscious and
from the
subconscious.
unconscious, it takes life feed directly from the subconscious, while your subconscious takes life feed from the unconscious mind. Take for instance, sometimes you see someone, and while the person is approaching you, you say to yourself, as soon as I get to where the person is, I'm going to greet good morning, sir, or good morning, ma'am. And then you get to where the person is, not that you are shocked or not that you are scared or you are afraid. You just look at the person, and the next thing, something else just comes from your mouth, and you are wondering, where did this come from? It is something that is already programmed in your unconscious mind. So people don't change their
Hmm.
attitudes, people don't change their results by changing, actions. No, it begins first of all by reprogramming your unconscious mind to reprogram your subconscious mind to eventually reflect now in your conscious mind. That is how it works. So,
So
yeah,
go
go ahead.
ahead.
And another thing also is the fact that there are 7 dimensions to every human being. And whatever it is you want to do that does not hamper or hinge on these 7 dimensions of your life will not motivate you to achieve it at the end of the day. You will start it and you will fall off somewhere along the way. There is the spiritual, there is the physical, there is the emotional, there is the relational, there is the financial, there is the professional, and there is the societal dimension of every human being. And if what you are doing does not touch any of these 7 dimensions of your life,
if your goal doesn't touch all of, is it touch all or touch some of them?
It has to touch all of them, because you see, all of these dimensions are interrelated. They are interrelated. Take, for instance, let's look at the spiritual dimension.
Bishop, touch a little on these different dimensions. Just dwell a little on each of them.
Okay, so take, for instance, now the spiritual dimension, that is my relationship with God. Now, I usually tell people the reason why I will not cheat on my wife is not necessarily because I love her. I love my wife, no doubt, but that love will not prevent me from cheating. The reason why I won't cheat on my wife is because I have the fear of God. I wouldn't want to do anything to, offend God. So everything that I do is connected and traceable to the fact that I have the fear of God. Why will I do business with you and not cheat you at the end of the day or try to double cross you? It is because I have a sound relationship spiritually with God. And because I have a sound relationship with God and I understand that God dwells in my physical body, I want to take care of my physical body to ensure that I'm in sound and good health. So the spiritual dimension impacts your physical dimension, and then your physical dimension impacts your professional dimension.
Oh, it's like Bishop's network is holding. Bishop, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Go ahead. We stopped hearing you at physical dimension, so go ahead.
Okay, so the physical dimension impacts my professional dimension, because you see, failure in one dimension or success in one dimension does not make up for failure in the other dimension. So everything you are doing, your goal has to touch these 7 dimensions. So take, for instance, I want to improve as a sales rep this year. Now, that is good. That is the professional dimension. Now, that does not necessarily mean that as I succeed as a sales rep this year, I should fail in my relational dimension, my ability to relate with people. Because what people do most times is that they pursue one thing at the expense of the other. So some people, for them, so for some people, they want to get to the peak of their career. Now they've gotten to the peak of the career only for them to realize that they've lost friends, they've lost family, they've lost their health, they've lost even relationship with God, they've lost money, they've lost every other thing except the getting to the peak of their career. So they are there now, they are lonely, they are depressed, they are satisfied, but they are not fulfilled. So there is a point at which you can, you can be satisfied and not be fulfilled. Yes. So you realize that you are satisfied.
And sorry, Bishop. Many people are satisfied in 1 or 2 dimensions of their life and unfulfilled in the general. I've seen people who have succeeded financial dimension, they are good, but health-wise, nothing. Relationship-wise, nothing.
Yes.
Spiritual-wise, nothing.
And that's because they pursued where they are succeeding now at the expense of this other one. So look at your life holistically. The way I look at it is like is like wanting to address everyone that lives in a duplex. Let's say in a duplex of 24 rooms, and all of these rooms are connected to the sitting room. Now imagine the energy I will expend if I am to meet everyone one-on-one to give them the piece of information. Now it will take me much time, and at the end of the day, there will be some details that will be lost out. So rather than compartmentalize your life, I come to the living room, get a megaphone, and ask everybody to stand at the front of their rooms, and then I address everybody, because the sitting room is the point where all of these rooms are connected. So from the sitting room, I can address everybody. Now, when you take your life as such, you'll be able to address these 7 dimensions of your life from a standpoint of view, rather than take one at the expense of the other. So some people succeed with their career, but their marriage is in shambles. Their children have become something else that they just can't explain. Their relationship with God, their relationship with God, their ability to relate with people, their finances and everything, they just can't account for any other thing apart from the area where they have made up their mind to succeed. So don't pursue your life in terms of by compartmentalizing it. Pursue your life holistically. As you are seeking to succeed in your career, seek to succeed in your spiritual dimension, in your relationship with God, your spiritual sensitivity, your spiritual maturity. The same way, take care of your health. The same way, your family should not suffer. In the same vein, good and transformational relationships should not also suffer along the line. So you realize that once your goal touches these 7 dimensions of your life, you will end up being fulfilled and not just being satisfied.
Bishop,
Yes.
you just I don't know the word to use. In fact, we don't need to go any further from here. These 7 dimensions you have touched today, if anyone is setting a goal that doesn't, in fact, for those that have already set their goals and it doesn't touch these 7 dimensions, you need to go back.
You need to go back. Yes.
You need to go back and set your goals to touch these 7 dimensions. You need to be fulfilled and not just satisfied.
Satisfied. Yes.
Most times, people want to be satisfied financially. They ignore the spiritual, ignore the physical, so they're buying all kind of things and eating all kind of things. They ignore the marital, they ignore the relationship, they ignore every other part, and just so let me just have money. When I have money,
yes, everything will take care of itself. Now they get the money and realize that this whole thing, there is a void. Now all of these things have created a void in their lives, and that void is what leads them to, all kinds of other social vices, just trying to keep up. And at the end of the day, this is what kills people faster than even all kinds of illness. And it gives room, it opens you up to all kinds of things that you were not ready for and you didn't bargain for. And another thing I quickly want to say before we go is that whatever goal you are setting that touches this 7 dimension, you must have a strategy. A strategy, in my own definition, is a sequence of events set up to enable you win continuously. I repeat that again. A strategy, in my own definition, is a sequence of events that you set up to enable you win continuously. So take, for instance, you are doing a 52 books challenge that at the end of the day, you want to achieve that. Now, you can actually read a book in terms, you can finish one book in 1 week. Now, if the book has 7 chapters, you can break that into 7 days of the week. You read a chapter a day. That's a strategy. If it has 14 chapters, you can break it down to say, okay, I'll read 2 chapters every day, and in 7 weeks, in 7 days, you have completed one book. There must be a strategy. Yeah, there must be a strategy, because any goal that does not have a strategy is dead on arrival, and any goal that does not have a deadline is also dead on arrival.
Okay, I really don't have anything to say again. Bishop has said it all. If all the things we heard from the first week up to now about goal setting, and now you've heard about, in fact, it was like they would say in church, it was prophetic, and for me to bring you today to crown this all up,
just cap it up,
to tell us that look, you must set your goals in 7 dimensions. Nobody who has come here on this program this month has talked about this. You must set your goals in 7 dimensions. It must be spiritual, it must be physical, it must be
emotional,
marital, relationship, emotional, professional, health-wise, and all the others. I want to believe that everyone that has heard us tonight knows what to do in setting their goals and knows to set them in these different dimensions. And that is the only way at the end of the day you will actually become fulfilled. The essence of the conversations with Segun is to help us look at areas where we naturally will not look at. And that's what Bishop has done today. And he has said, in fulfilling all of this, you must be strategic. Strategy is a sequence of events you want to use in achieving the goal you are supposed to achieve. Yes. Well, let me hear what my viewers are saying. Victor says Bishop is Bishop indeed. By the way, it is his name. Bishop is his first name and not a title. Bishop is his first name. Precious says, I like this man, Bishop.
Wow.
Yes.
I like it too, Precious.
He's my friend, and I can guarantee you that I only associate with the best and the guys with the brain up there. And this one is just one of these many of my friends who I'm having on this program. Precious Good say he's fantastic. Yes, he is fantastic. Father of 3 now, Bishop. I mean, they don't reach 4 now.
Slow down, slow down. There is a goal towards that. It's two for now, two.
There's a goal, eh?
There's
There's
a
a
goal and there's a
strategical goal
strategy, and there's
to.
a strategy to reach that. Yeah, yeah. Because for me, my first daughter is older than the second one with 4 years, and then the second one has to
Wow.
be older than the last one with another 4 years. So there's a strategy to achieve that. So calm down, be calming down, please.
I like this. I like this strategy. By the way, husband of one. By the way, he's also the pastor of.
The
I keep
Urban
forgetting the
Center
name of the
Global
church.
Church.
The
The Urban Center
Urban
Global Church.
Center Global Church, one of the fastest growing churches in Efrun, Delta State. Efrun is in Warri, by the way, those of us who don't
Yeah.
know Efrun. Efrun is in Warri, and Urban Center Global Church is pastored by my friend Eruohi Bishop. It's not Bishop Eruohi, so it's not Bishop title. His name is Bishop. So when he becomes a bishop, he will be double bishop. He will be
Oh,
Bishop Eruohi.
I will leave that for you to arrange.
But thank you, Bishop. I really enjoyed. I really
it,
enjoyed.
it was a pleasure
And
ride. It was a pleasure ride.
yes, and I know you can go on and on and on and on and on and on.
Yeah. I,
Rexkin Zaka says, "Thank you, Bishop. You tweaked something in my brain for good
wow.
this evening. Let
Wow.
me not
Wow.
forget the other part where you talked about subconscious.
Yeah.
Can't forget
The
it, Bishop.
conscious,
The
subconscious, and
and
unconscious mind.
unconscious.
Yes.
The
Yes. Yes.
unconscious
So
wires the subconscious, subconscious wires the conscious. So what you
yes.
do in your unconscious is very vital. What you
Yeah. So you
listen
need
to
to.
when you are asleep,
Yeah.
what you listen to in your quiet time, what you just
Yes.
hear in passing. Many of this
Yes.
music we sing today, it's like I can't keep myself. You do not consciously go and listen to the music.
Yeah.
You just maybe
Yeah.
heard them in passing,
Yeah.
and it stuck
Yes.
to your unconscious.
Mm.
Unconscious passed it to your subconscious, and subconscious now pass before you know you the singer. I can't keep
Yes.
myself. Oh,
Yes. So and so you need to be careful what you are pumping into your unconscious and your subconscious mind. You need to be careful, and you must be sure that what you are pumping in is empowering. It is something that that will invigorate your energy, your passion, that will help curtail your excesses and push you towards the actualization of that which you want to achieve. So you have to be sure that there is nothing sabotaging your effort in your unconscious and your subconscious mind. So be careful what you are programming. Those things you say to yourself silently, be careful. Be
mm.
careful of those things because
I know.
those are the
I
things
know
that
if
will
you do this
sabotage
thing,
you. Yes, I'm not going to do this thing. I
this one
can't.
big pass me.
This one big pass me. Oh. So now, sometimes people do business now. What say? So now this kind of business, this one person they do so. This 50-50 they come up for this business. That person want to build house. Person want to buy land. Person want to marry. The moment you say that about any particular business or any endeavor, you can never succeed at that endeavor. You have shut the heavens over that which you do by your own words and by those silent decisions and belief system you have built
That you
up
have
towards
fed your
that endeavor.
unconscious.
Yes.
I also like the part where you said, I'm trying to remember the exact thing you said. You talked about, yes, if your goal doesn't touch all of these seven, there will be no motivation and there will be no drive,
Yes, yes, yes,
to
yes.
drive. I
There are
like that
people.
part too.
It's like when a husband says to the wife, I provide food for you. I give you money when you need money. I pay the children's school fees when they are due. I pay rent and all of those stuff. I do everything just to make you happy, but yet you are not happy. What else do you want me to do? What they fail to realize is that all of these things you're doing does not in any way does not in any way touch what is more important to the lady. So, in the same way, whatever it is you want to achieve this year, whatever goal you are setting, the ones you've set before, the ones you are about to set, if it does not touch this seventh dimension of your life, what will happen is that you will eventually start like most people do at the beginning of the year. But somewhere along the way, you will feel demotivated, you will feel deflated, double mindedness will step in, a broken focus will step in because what you are doing does not touch what is most important in your life. And what is most important in your life are these seven dimensions that I just mentioned. So your goal must touch all of these dimensions because that is what will make you feel complete. That is what will make you feel whole. That is what will make you feel motivated. That is what we fan the fire behind the scene. That is what will make you not quit, even when you feel like quitting. That is what will always make you remember why you started in the first place. That is what will keep the flame, burning until the object of aim is achieved. So ensure that your goals touch these 7 dimensions. You have to ensure that it touches them. That is the only way you stay motivated, because at the end of the day, it is not just satisfaction you are going for. It is the complete package, which is fulfillment. So you look at your achievement at the end of the year or at the end of the first quarter, depending on what your deadline is, and you look back and you just like, even if I don't do any other thing from here, I'm good and fine.
Fantastic, fantastic. That's where we're going to wrap it up, Bishop, for today. Whoever missed the highlights you shared, well, I feel for them. Otuke, good luck. I didn't know that you are now a cardinal, Bishop. I was on that meeting.
I'm going to deal with him episcopally. This young man, I know
him. He said, my daddy cardinal, do us amazing revelation. Daniel Odigye, I'm sure you know him too. He says, Bishop, well done. Oh.
Yeah, I think I know him. Yes.
He says watching from Warri. All right, that's been the program today, guys. And Bishop has been fantastic sharing insights. If you missed the insights Bishop shared, go and watch it again before you sleep. Watch this episode again, because your subconscious, unconscious mind has to be reprogrammed, and you have to plan your goals in 7 dimensions. When you finish reprogramming your conscious and unconscious mind, you plan your goals in 7 dimensions, and that's where you have enough fire and enough steam to achieve that goal. Thank you, Bishop, for coming tonight to Conversations with Segun. We truly appreciate you. We look forward to having you again on the program. God bless you. Please, everyone, say thank you to Bishop. Let him know that we appreciate him on the program tonight. Bishop, we truly appreciate you. Put it in the comment section. Bishop will be seeing your comments, and we appreciate it. Thank you for coming, Bishop. We look forward to having you again on the program. We know you will always come when we call you. Thank you. Have a wonderful night. Regards to the family.
All right.
All right. So that's been Bishop today on today's episode of the program. I hope you had fun and you enjoyed. Please, before you leave the stream tonight, put one thing you got from Bishop's time with us. Put it there. Put it in the comment section. Put it in the comment section. One thing you got from Bishop's time with us tonight, put it in the comment section. I like to see it, and I like for those who watch after now to see what you learned. Put it in the comment section so that we know that you got something. I'm seeing a lot of people saying thank you. People are Goma says thank you, Bishop. Otuke says thank you, always a blessing. Zaka says thank you, Bishop. Odigye says thanks a million. Victor says thank you, Bishop. Thank you all for watching tonight. But please, before you leave, put the comment in the comment section. We have ended January. Next month, February, we are going into a new time, and we will start talking about money and setting your financial goals. Our first lady on the program for this year will be on first Tuesday in February. You don't want to miss it. Get ready. The person who I'm bringing, like, you can be rest assured, she's the CEO of 3 radio stations. 3 radio stations. She's one of the executive officers of 3, not 1, not 2, but 3 radio stations, running them. She's in charge. We've already confirmed. You'll see the flyer out soon. She'll be here next weekend. If you want to work in a radio company, please come out here. But aside from that, she'll be sharing with us how to plan your finances, how to manage your money in the new year. And there's a big one coming. There's a big one coming in February. In fact, there are big ones coming in February. Keep your fingers crossed. How many of us have heard of Olakunle Soriyo? If you have heard of Olakunle Soriyo, put a comment in the comment section. Put a comment in the comment section. If you have heard of Olakunle Soriyo, Olakunle Soriyo, yes, that's the name. If you heard of him, put a comment in the comment section. Working around it. It should be here anytime soon. Steve Harris is also in the works. Sisi Moye. Sisi Moye is the Director General of the Delta Executive Summit Group, Delta Economic Summit Group, sorry. It should be here sometime soon. And there are many more lined up as the months go by. we'll be having all of those people join us on Conversations with Segun, and I can guarantee you it will be a blessing to you. By the way, I have a customer service essentials training for those of you who have businesses and who are suffering due to customer service challenges. You have workers who are not trained customer service wise. The customer service essentials training is coming up on the 7th of February, and you want to be a part of that. You're interested in it, you're living in Warri or Delta State, put a comment, inbox me to see how you can be a part of that, or how your staff can also be a part of that. I enjoyed directing the conversation tonight. I hope you too enjoyed this conversation. Thank you for joining us tonight. Do have a wonderful night. Next Tuesday, keep a date with us. It promises to be a wonderful time. My name is Segun. Ciao.